respected Masana. Let us continue the topic from yesterday. Were you all here yesterday? All of you? Not all. There's some new. We just want to pick up the continued topic from yesterday. So yesterday that I mentioned on the first day when we walked, and then I saw the Hindu temple with all the gravels and stone about 200 meters away from the main road. And then that is when I shed tears because my feet hurt so bad I cannot walk anymore. So when I hang on into the other monks' shoulder trying to get the support to walk in, and they pushed me away. And then from there I learned that in this samsara, in this journey, we have to walk on our own feet. We cannot depend on anyone else. So when the monks pushed my hands away and they continue walking on their path, and then left me behind, and every step I made, just tears shedding. And then when I think about it, and I told myself, this is the teaching that the venerable monks, which is my brothers, are teaching me. It's not about hate, it's not about not giving me support, but they are giving me a lesson to learn because of this samsara. I need to walk on my own. By that time, all the images of my father and mother, brother and sister, and all my nephew and nieces, and all the people that I know that is coming to my mind at that time, seeing them, each and every single one of them passing away, and we have to suffer because of liberation, because of not living with our loved ones. Regardless of how much we love each other, regardless of how much we try and we work hard to gain in this world, at the end when we pass away, we have to let go of everything, and even the button on our shirt we cannot carry with us. And then all the teachings of the teachers, the great teachers come to my mind as well. And all those times where I practiced under the guidance of the meditation teachers and my master, they all came to my mind, was through my mind one after another. And at the end of that, all those thoughts, and I come to the solution, the final solution for myself. I said, all these teachings, all this learning, we have to take that and then practice for our own. And then after the practice, we have to walk on our own path. We cannot pull on their shirt, or they cannot drag us along this samsara. And then I decided to walk on my toes. I use 10 toes to walk because it's very painful down there under my feet. And then whenever I use my toe and it's dropped down because of the weight on my shoulder as well, and when my feet drop down, touch the gravel underneath of my feet, and the pain feeling is like 10 times different. So all those pain, all those hurtful sensations, and my tears continue to shed, and I try my best to walk to this campsite area. And after I arrive to the campsite area and I look at the bottom of my feet, I see a lot of blisters, big blisters. I don't know what to do with it. I didn't know. I have no experience whatsoever. And then I tried to walk around, see all the monks around me, and I saw them using the needles, and they poke into their blister pot, and then they squeeze all those water out, and I asked, what are you doing? And they tell me to show them my feet, and I showed them, and they pulled me down, and they give me a needle, tell me to poke it. And then when I use the needle, and I just like this, I'm afraid of hurt, and no experience. And they see me doing that, and they just pull the needle and poke into that blister, and all the blood and the water came out. And then at that time, there's one thought pop up in my head, thinking that this is very minor. All these blistering are just minor. What about in the future if I get cancer? If I get any type of illness that is much, much worse than these blisters? How are we going to deal with all those? If I cannot deal with this minor painful feeling now, when I'm lying on bed with sickness, what I'm gonna do? Am I just gonna lie in there and cry and then tell the people that I'm very painful, and then at the end when we die, we just die directly to the fourth country's suffering worlds? And that is the first day that I work on myself, work on my mind, try to overcome all the difficulties, all the challenges. And then the next day continue. We also walk very fast, and we walk even longer, 45 kilometers per day. And that wear me out so much. And I look at him, he's still walking on barefoot, and he walked really like nothing wrong with him. So I admire him so much during the walk. And then come 2 days when I encounter illness, which is coughing, diarrhea, vomiting, all those things. And then those days when I was so sick that I got left behind, I walk on my own, and my teammates, I have no clue where they are. They walk very fast and they left me behind, and I was like, where am I going? And what in fact I lost? I don't know where the way. So I just follow and then ask the people along the road, and they just point in that direction. So I just walk that direction, trying to catch up with my team. And then day after day, just go on just like that until when we reach to Bodhgaya. That is the first time after 20 days we reached to Bodhgaya by the Gamchi, not the one, the river, which is very no water, only sand. And then when we get to that river and we look far, we can see the stupa, the Mahabodhi temple. We see the stupa, and I look at that stupa, and I imagine a Buddha is staying there waiting for us. And when I look at the top of the stupa, and I cry. I cry like a baby while walking and looking at the stupa and cry. So in my mind, I say like this: after 20 days journey of walking, following the footsteps of the Buddha, which he named that, Wat Nak Prok named that, following the footsteps of the Buddha. This is the first time of my life I get a chance to walk on my own feet, enduring all those challenges, weather, sickness, and all everything. And I was able to complete it 20 days, the first 20 days to get here on my own feet and strength. With these meritorious deeds, I respectfully offer to our Lord Buddha, may you guide me and along with all the venerable monks on this path to continue and finish this journey to bring happiness to the beings. And then when we step by step we reach to the Bodhgaya to go inside the Bodhi tree where the Buddha sat under that tree and became enlightened. I found my own spot, which is 7 years ago, counted to that time, that I also kneel down in that right spot and I make a vow to build a Dhamma Jedi in the future. 7 years later, I came back and kneel down at the same spot. And thinking of that vow that I made 7 years ago, and I pay respect to the Buddha, I pay respect to the Bodhi tree, and then continue making vow to support my vow. of building the Dhammachain. Now we go back a little bit before we reach to Bodh Gaya. On day 6, we adopted Aloka. Aloka followed the walk in India on day 6 from Kolkata. After adopted him, he walked along with us, and then he got lost many times. And when we reached to Bodh Gaya, when he met Soul, the dog that followed Jantawat for many years, and then when they both met, Aloka get to meet with his brother Soul. And then day after day, we spent 3 days in Bodh Gaya. And during those 3 days, Aloka got lost in Bodh Gaya as well. So, Aloka's story, he was a stray dog from Kolkata, sent like many other dogs that follow us during the walk. Many dog followers, not just Aloka, but all of them dropped out after several days. Only Aloka be able to keep up with us. But of course, if we don't come back for him, then he will be the same as the other dog. Because when he gets tired, he sleeps and he forgot everything. He don't want to get up to continue walk. Then when we walk, there's like 5 kilometers already. I have to return to look for him as well. That is the story of Aloka from those first days until Bodh Gaya. He gets lost and he fight with other dogs in Bodh Gaya as well. And I name Aloka, name him as Aloka. Aloka is one of the methods in the Samadhi practicing, Tenkasina. And Aloka is light. The reason why I name Aloka as light is because I want him to find the light of wisdom. So soon he will liberate that animal rim. He will reborn as a human being again and practice the Buddha Dhamma to enlightenment and to attain the blissfulness of Nibbana. That is the reason why I named him as Aloka. Thank you so much for your time and effort to come here today this morning to offer dana to the Master and to spend time here with us listening to the Dhamma sharing from the Wat Nak Prok team. And may you all be well, be happy, be peaceful. Sadhu.